And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another video game review, and today I am reviewing Cat Quest. Probably if more than not of you maybe have heard of Cat Quest. It's a little more popular of a game than I thought when I first played it. But this was one of the Steam games that I got in the last Jingle Jam bundle last holiday season. If you want to go check that out for this holiday season, it'll be around a little while down the line, probably still, but it's from the Yogscast. You pay $35 and it goes to charity, and you get a ton of Steam games to play. Bunch of smaller developers, a couple bigger ones as well some other like DLC and whatnot. It's really, really good. Would 100% recommend doing it if you haven't before. So, we're talking about Cat Quest today. This was one of the games in it. And it's not really what I expected, but I thought it was pretty fun. And I got some thoughts, so let's jump right into it, shall we? First off, I love all the cat puns in the game. They're really funny. I have a few kitties myself, and I think they're really, really funny. So that was cool. Overall, I mean, it just kind of attests to the game as a whole. I mean, the game is really fun to play, which is surprising because what this game made me think of the most while playing it was Legend of Zelda. Which I guess maybe wouldn't be everybody's first thought, but you're doing like side quests. You're upgrading, you're getting new abilities, and you're fighting enemies. It's more like medieval-esque too. So that's kind of what I thought was like Zelda, but it's more fun. It's a little bit more directive, and it is just more engaging than Zelda. But I still felt a lot of similarities there. So I guess you're like, oh, you don't like Zelda. Oh, you don't like Zelda. How do you like this game? You can't like Zelda if you like this game. What the fuck? Hush it. But it's fun. I mean, the combat is really fun. It is a little difficult to see the health bar sometimes in combat because they do a lot of stuff with overlap, and I don't think that's necessarily the greatest thing they could have done. But overall, I do think it's really, really good. It's pretty cool. And also really kind of remembering some of the buttons is tedious. Again, I play Steam games with the PS4 controller, this specific one, in fact. And it's not like a terrible setup, but it is, because the game is not necessarily programmed to be played with this controller, but Steam does some really cool stuff where they can do some adaptations with the game and stuff like that, which I think is really, really cool when the developers put in that extra effort. It's really cool, but learning some of the button controls is tedious because you have mental memory of what PlayStation buttons do what actions for most games, and then these games don't necessarily follow those same things. So it's a little bit of rethinking it and redoing it in your brain as well. But it's not necessarily like the most difficult thing in the world. It just takes some time. So. Another reason why this game is extremely engaging is because there's so much to do. There's a ton of side quests to do, and yes, they are called side quests, but many of them you have to complete to do. You can just battle enemies that are just out and about in the world, or you can go into like dungeons and stuff, and you can explore a bunch of those, and they're pretty cool. But the biggest way to level up is to do these side quests, because you got to be super high level. Like if it says it's like a level 5 dungeon, you want to be like level 7 to attack to go with it. Or you just want to have your abilities like upgraded as fully as possible and collect as many coins, which again you can do doing side quests and all that other stuff. So it's really good. But if you pay just for this game, I think it's like $15 or $20. I know they have it on Steam. They have it on Nintendo, on the Switch. I believe PlayStation. I don't think so. Maybe just Switch and place in a Steam. I think though, if you buy it just the game, you get your money's worth. I think this is a great game. You get your money's worth. A lot of content, especially again if you're like a Legend of Zelda fan, or you're just a cat fan in general, or a fan of what's called the JRPG, I think this game is called, which it didn't really feel like that much of an RPG to me. It has more of the open, real-time combat thing, which sometimes I prefer, sometimes I don't. This time I think it worked best here. But it's a really, really good game. And a really pleasant surprise. I did not expect to enjoy this game as much as I did, but I'm glad I did, because it was a really good game. So that's really all I have to say for Cat Quest. My final score for Cat Quest, probably going to have to be a good, I'll say 8 out of 10. It was a really fun game, and I really enjoyed it. So I definitely like that. So it was good. But that's going to really do it for this review. If you've ever played Cat Quest, let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And that's going to do it for this video, so stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more game reviews and other awesome stuff. Until next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.